I was actually going to stop. I wasn't gonna do any more readings, but I'm actually gonna go ahead and just continue on. So I'm gonna do a 5 card spread, then call through quick another spread, maybe 2 more. I don't know, depending on how I feel after this one, because that last one was something. And I'm gonna start off using the Divine Oracle. Okay, maybe Divine Oracle material. Try to get some short ones, because my videos are pretty long. I don't know how to edit like that, so we're gonna see. So the first card is going to represent what is present. First card. Let's shuffle that again. I was retarded. Alright, so really excellent shuffler. I don't have skills on shuffling. So the press card. The first card is going to represent the present. There, I'm putting them face down. Second card is going to represent the past. All right. The third card is going to represent the immediate future. The fourth card represents what you're failing to see. The fifth card is for long-term opportunity. At the bottom of the deck, we have count your blessings. Okay. So let's get into it. That's just that first deck. And then from there, we're going to allow the energy of these cards to direct us in the way we should go. Okay, so for what is present at this moment, grieve your losses. Okay, so what is present at this moment is grieving your losses. Maybe you can be ending a relationship, or you have ended a relationship, or someone has ended a relationship with you. You could be having car troubles. It could be a problem with your car. You're gonna have to give it up. Housing, jobs, things of that sort. Okay, so it's what the fuck. Grieve your losses. Okay, loved ones that you have lost. During the holidays or in general. It's the holiday season. A lot of people just want to be around their loved ones and be around those that they really look highly up to, but they're no longer here, that they can talk to with no judgment. Little to no judgment is what I just heard. Okay. The past, that's what's present. Grieving your losses. In the past, you could have been focused on your success. Okay. So you being focused on your success in the past, it might have not orchestrated in the way that you wanted it to go. So let's say if you that's crazy because I was just talking about it in another recording. Um you made a goal that you were going to work for a company for 3 years and work your way up the bar, from working as, data entry to management, right? In the past. And it might not have it might have not gone the way you wanted it to. And, you you have to sacrifice that. You have to let that go. So, you know, um that was what you were focused on in the past. In the immediate future, which can be anywhere between the next couple of days, hours, weeks, months. It's not that many weeks left in this year, but going into 2023, we have admit your vulnerabilities. You see that? In the immediate future, in the immediate future, you're gonna be called to admit your vulnerabilities. Okay, and admit what makes you vulnerable, what makes you tick, all that. Admitting your vulnerabilities, and what you're failing to see is your art. Okay, claiming your art. You're having a problem seeing how artistic you are and how creative you are in this time. And the opportunity, or the long term opportunity, is wow, that's beautiful. Reaching for the stars. Okay. So, so far, what I just got out of this is everything that glitters isn't gold. And you have to definitely work for your success. Um, if you don't succeed, try again, right? So, that can probably be something that you're vulnerable about admitting in the near future. Like, yo, I tried it. You tried it once. Okay, I tried it twice. I tried it 3 times. It didn't work. I'm over it, right? And you're just like, I'm just gonna grieve that I don't have what it takes. I'm grieving over that. I might not have what it takes to become this or that person or be this or that person, right? But what you're failing to see is there's a specific creative glitch within you that you need to express wholly. It could be admitting that you're vulnerable, or it could be that you showing yourself, makes you vulnerable, and being in your true power of your vulnerability. At the bottom of the deck, we had count your blessings. Again, under that has shine your light. So that says count your blessings. So, um, your blessings are the things that come and go depending on who you are, right? So I'm gonna just look up the definition of blessings real fast. What happened? Do I not have no internet? What's going on? Okay. So it says blessing. Consider or assess again, especially while paying attention to new or different factors. We have decided to reassess our timeline. Wait, that is the wrong word. Excuse me. Let me look it up again. I'm sorry. I was trying to do it a little slower. Not so long. Okay, so it says blessing. It says the act or words of one that blesses, approval, encouragement, a thing conductive, a happiness or welfare, grace, to see grace said at a meal, right? So it says, what have you found? Okay, what I just heard was, what have what have you been graced upon, or what has been graced upon you? Is what I just heard, right? Just by reading the definition of blessing, right? The act or words of one that blesses, approval. So it's like, when you see somebody and you agree with them and you like, I'm taking you under my wing. I don't know why I feel like I want to cry. But when you see someone, you like, I'm taking you under my wing, you have my approval. You're giving that person your blessing. You're giving them the encouragement to go forward. And as though you don't have what you used to have, or you might not be where you used to be, is what I just heard. Um, Grieve that. Count it as a blessing. Count that as a lesson as well as a blessing. That you were able to experience that, right? You were able to be approved of that position and experience that feeling, that joy, that authority that came with it, as well as the happiness, white, right? Um, and this is in the present, right? This is in the present. Overall energy count your blessings with the grieve your losses as the present energy. Um, let's get the wisdom cards real fast. I was still not trying to do it that long. We already damn near 10 minutes in. I just wanted to clarify on that grieve your losses for the present with the overall energy underneath the encounter blessings, okay? And again, I really looked at it because it said claim your art as what you're failing to see. Like, you're failing to see that it's a time for you to claim your art. Maybe you're not meant for a mediocre job. And that's totally me. I was like, yo, I want to be a mediocre housewife, stay at home mom, work from home, do this. And maybe it's something more that I got to do. Maybe my childhood dream is becoming a writer or a doctor in some type of sort. Is my art. Me speaking, me encouraging, things of that. Maybe that's my art that I need to claim right now. That's what I'm feeling to see. It could be somebody else, whatever that you're feeling to see right now, whatever that you really want to do. I just heard whatever you lost your passion in the most is what you need to claim as your art. Whether that's writing, singing, dancing, acting, um, helping people, whatever it may be. That is something that you need to claim in this time. Okay? So we're gonna get the wisdom, and then I'm gonna pull 5 tarots. Okay. Wisdom, present wisdom. Here's my energy. Rebel, it's time to celebrate the fact that you don't fit in. Stand on your own 2 feet. Will grieve your losses. So yeah, you definitely could have um lost some friends, lost connections with your loved ones, your family members, jobs. You feel me? All that. You feel me? Grieve that in this time. Because at the end of the day, it's a celebration. Okay? Yeah, they say, oh, when someone dies, you're not supposed to grieve. You're supposed to celebrate. When someone is born into this world, that's when you're supposed to grieve because they're being born into a world full of sin, chaos, commotion, toxicity, betrayal, conflict, all this type of stuff. That's what it says, written, in the word, right? But it says it's a time to celebrate the fact that you don't fit in. Stand on your own 2 feet. You feel me? So grieve the fact that you're not where you used to be, or you lost certain connections, or certain approvals, or certain welfares, stuff like that. For the That's present. Yeah, present, rebel. For the past, we have possibilities. Focused on success. The possibilities. Focus your attention on what could go right when you learn to imagine the best case scenario. You get to enjoy and experience twice. So focus on success. Focusing on success, right? So you were so focused on success in the past that you were missing the objective, right? Of what was happening in that moment. And it could bring you to this present time where it's like now you in this rebellious state when you was like, well, I had to sacrifice this and I had to let go of that and I had to walk away from this. You don't know how far I came. Da, 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 da. I became the biggest rebel. I had my friends looking at me where I had my family looking at me where nobody understand me. Da, da, da. Like, yeah, it's a possibility that you had to go up to come down so that you can experience it and look at it a different way. Admit your vulnerabilities for the immediate future. We have the last 3 cards left out, okay? Your body deserves love. So for your immediate future, admit your vulnerabilities. Maybe you can be insecure about your body, right? You can be insecure about your body, like, yo, don't look at me, like, if you gonna I don't want to say it because I don't want to get in trouble. I just say, hey, if you gonna put the lime in the coconut and mix it all up, can you try to do it like you know how to do it with your eyes closed? Like that's I was just trying to paraphrase, but that's what I got. Okay, and then it says to what are you failing to see? To claim your art, right? And it says, be a good friend to yourself as you are to others, your friendships. So maybe you are someone that gives good advice. Like I said, you know how to talk to people, you know what needs to be said. Maybe you are a good listener, you are a good friend to somebody, right? And then it says, reach for the stars. Choices as long term opportunity. Worry less about making the right choice and more about being strong enough to handle any outcome. Okay? Reach for the stars. So, definitely in this time, it could be some choices that need to be made that's going to give you that stability and that success that you're looking for. And we have shine in the bottom of the deck. Now, excuse me. I'm going to go ahead and get 2 times. I'm going to end it. I'm trying to do shorter readings. Practice shorter readings. I am kind of shy, just a little. Watched Cinderella last night. I don't know why I'm saying that, cause I in my mind I heard like the scene where they met, and he was like, "What's your name?" And she was like, "Cinderella." And he was like, "What if I said?" And she was like, "Well, I don't know." It's like that's kind of like what I'm getting right now. I don't know. Maybe because I watched it last night. But never mind. That don't matter. Anyway, Another story for another time. Um, I'm gonna pull these. I'm not gonna shuffle. We're gonna cut and pull this. Okay, so face down. What is present? The past, the immediate future, what we're failing to see, long-term opportunity, and the bottom of the deck, we have Five of Swords, defeat. Okay, so yeah, somebody definitely had to walk away from something, or it could have been some type of self-sabotaging, self-sacrifice. Really, in my situation, I'm gonna say self-sacrifice. I don't know who else that could resonate to. Someone had to do a lot of self-sacrificing. Okay, um, overall. Okay, a lot of self-sacrifice. I'm gonna say self-sabotage too. Okay, um, lack of communicating as well. Could have been being bullied and things of that sort. So, the present card we have generosity, the Six of Pentacles. Okay, um, gifts, charity, donations, things of that sort. That's what is present at this moment, as well as taking control of a situation. In the past, we had burden. Wow, that's deep. Let me turn these wisdom cards over so we can look at them. Okay, so we have rebel, grieve your losses, rebel, and the Six of Pentacles. So maybe someone could, like I said, they had to sacrifice something, a job or something, and they could have lost. You know, could have also lost a loved one, maybe somebody that was helping you financially, or again, this is employment, support employment. So you became a rebel, and you have to like give out or some shit, right? You were well paid in the situation too, but you have to grieve that. You know, you have to become a rebel and go against the grain a little bit, right? Let somebody else have it. Give up your position is what I just heard. That's in the present. Okay. Um, I'm also hearing authority, like you gave up control. Once you gave up control on something, you lost something too. And you know, the rebel never has like a good light, so that's probably how they're looking at you right now. Like you just don't care. You're a rebel. You like fuck the world. I'm gonna walk in erection, right? Um, with the past, we have the Ten of Wands. So maybe, you know, focusing on this stability, focusing on this control over a situation, you know, and being successful about it. It was possible that it had a definite weight on your shoulders. And it was taking on too much. You know, it was an overload. It was something that was going on. It's reverting to my story, okay? You know, I had to stay in a shelter. I didn't want to talk about it, but I had to stay in a shelter, and I um I rebelled, I rebelled, and I could no longer stay in the shelter. You know, they did a random drug test, and I tested positive for marijuana at that time. At the time, I only had my two youngest children, so you know me, I had to put my pride to the side. I'm gonna stay with my mom, etc., etc. And I went, you know, I went and I, you know, swallowed my pride and asked her, like, yo, can I, you know, stay here until I'm able to clean up, you know, get this weed out of my system. I ate some weed brownies at school. And I want to, you know, can I stay here, finish going to school, whatever. And now I'm still keep my kids, take my kids to school, da 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 da. So I was doing the whole 9 yards, you know. And it was one day, you know, when you're receiving, I don't know how many recipients are out there, but when you're receiving aid, you have your yearly dues. So I went to, you know, ask, you know, can I want to just go run down here, you know, spend, you know, do this bus ride by myself, go do my yearly and come back. And she blunt out, she was like, no, no. take your kids. I understand, she raised me and my siblings. She still had, younger siblings, my younger siblings as well that were still like my kids' age too. So I was like, all right, I understand, whatever. Like, okay, cool. Trying to, keep families strong, whatever. But I guess she thought about it, and then she, the way she told me no, I kind of like stepped in my ego a little bit, and I was like, "Nah, it's good. I'll take my kids with me. It's all good." And she was like, "Yeah, and while you at it, you could take your shit and don't come back." I was like, "Well," and then it was just like, yeah, yeah. So I was like, I guess, but yeah, I don't know why I brought that up. But you were focused on the outcome, and I think that's why I brought that up because at that time I was in school. I was in school to study to become a medical assistant. That's so stupid. Like I don't like crying. But I was in school to become a medical assistant. So this was something of the past. And I was also focused on the success of um being able to bring my family back together. Because we were just going through some very, very hard times, right? Oh my eye. We were going through some very trying times, some things that left us burdensome and stuff like that. Yeah, claim your art. It did have something to do with a friend. I haven't flipped that tarot over yet, but yeah. So it was stressful, and I was like, I don't have nowhere to go. Where am I supposed to go? Da, 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 da. And I was like, dang, it wasn't that I burnt my bridges or anything. I'm not gonna say I burnt my bridges or anything like that. I just think people really didn't understand what was going on in that time. And maybe I don't, however the situation or story might go from her, she never really told me her side of the story. She, just was like, no, I didn't say that. It was like, you did, because why would I, you know? But anyway, that led me to, because the Sagittarius card is here with the Ten of Wands, and I had to go to my children's father, who is a Sagittarius, and I had to ask him, like, yo, can, I stay here with the kids? Can we just sleep here at night? And until, I find a place to stay. And I was focused on success, like keeping, doing the whole single parent thing, even though they dad was in, in their life, their dad is in their life, I still wanted to hold my weight. I wanted to go beyond and go be above and beyond, get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, drop my son off at school by 7, get to school by 10, and be back in LA by 5, or 5 or 6, because I was going to school and out in San Fernando Valley. So yeah. So I mean, it was possible. I feel like it was possible, and I was definitely in my rebel energy, and I was definitely being, generous and kind, and again, I was in that, having authority, and I wanted to be in control because we weren't together. Me and my kids, my two oldest kids' father, we weren't together. So I had that control. I had that authority. Like I could do this by myself. My mama did it, she got what she got. I don't want to be leeching off of her. I don't want to leech off of him, type shit. So, anyway, that's neither here, there, or anywhere. We're going to go from that. I don't know why tears fell out my face because that's gay. Anyway, admit you're vulnerable. hmm Body. And then for the immediate future with the tarot placement is the strength. That's okay. Okay. So I did turn these cards face down. Remind you, the tarot cards, I did turn them face down. So, in the immediate future, in the immediate future, you are going to gain so much energy, courage, and confidence to be able to show how vulnerable you are in your body and how comfortable you can be in your body. Okay. So far, we have 3 yeses across the board. Okay, across the board. Because I'm using the witch tarot deck, which Caldon, I believe, tarot, and every card says yes. Okay. 6 of Pentacles, Taurus, Moon, Saturn, Sagittarius, Sun, and Leo with the Strength card. Okay. You're definitely gonna be able to overcome self-doubt and focus again next door to that focusing on success, right? Being able to focus and on yourself, what you need to do within yourself, right? Next, underneath, we have rest with the 4 of Swords. Maybe being on your own, claiming your art. You have claimed your art and friend. Maybe you have anxiety and you're overwhelmed by opening up to people or allowing people in because of the responsibilities as it hold, is what I heard. The possibilities that someone can hold against you as well as being a truthful and honest friend or a lover or a co-worker, right? Last but not least, we have foresight with the 3 of Wands with Reach for the Stars. Oh my nose, I have nothing to use. I put my tissue in here. He threw my tissue away. Okay. Ah, so nasty. Okay, so travel, reach for the stars choice. So that's for the long term opportunity, right? So maybe in the near future or later, you're failing to see that you need rest. You've been overwhelmed. You are mentally overloaded and you need this solitude. I said that in one of my other readings too, that I don't know about anybody else, but I can't be around everybody right now. I can't talk to everybody. I can't open up to everybody. My guard is up and it ain't coming down. I need to be to myself. I got a lot of introspection to do. I need to rest. I need quiet. I need meditation. I need to regroup. Okay. I need to reassess and search through all this shit that has been going on within the last 10 years. I'm just up and say it, for the last 10 years, right? 10 years. When I started noticing bullshit and I tried to be Ray Charles to it all, I was 17, 18. It was sooner than that, but I'm going to say 17, 18 because I had my first child at 17. So by the time I turned 18, my son was actually turning 1 the year I turned 18. So I'm going to say 10 years cuz I'm 28. So yeah, moving forward, reach for the stars is a choice you have to make. Maybe you're going to have to travel, make a choice to travel somewhere to work in a new environment as well. And you're going to be happy. You know, your hard work is going to pay off. Okay? But that's all I have right now. I said I was gonna do smaller readings. Probably come back with another one. Probably hopefully it'd be shorter and I won't get freaking emotional. Alright, well on that note, I am out of here. Peace, love, and to all a good night. Later.